Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Saturdays, our all-Canadian Toronto Blue Jays side for the final episode. We're putting a bullet in it. I haven't always been the best at knowing when to do that with a series, but this has been a relatively easy one to decide. If you missed last episode, the reason we're doing this is because there's only 8 Canadians in the draft, which obviously is not enough if we're looking to sort of build a team of just Canadians. And also, we are the worst team in baseball, comfortably so. We've lost 105 games ahead of this final game. And Vlad Jr. is, in all likelihood, going to be MVP of the league. And if he's not, he probably should be. And if he played for a better team, he would be, because he has been absolutely phenomenal. If we start by just having a quick look at, a quick look at the standings is probably the best place to start. And there it is there, 56 wins, 105 losses, and we actually haven't been that bad the last month or so. We've picked up a bit, so yeah, it's not gone to plan at all. If we go and have a look at the league leaders, and you will see it is just Vlad Jr. almost down the page. He's tied with Aaron Judge for most home runs, but he's comfortably ahead in RBIs. He's right up there in batting averages as well. On base plus slug, batting war, he's leading at everything. So if he's not MVP, it's because of the team he plays for, not because of his performances. So we'll find out that before this episode ends, actually, because I think we'd all like to see if indeed he can do that. Now, our pitching numbers, for what it's worth, we can quickly go through them here. You've got Thomas Little is someone that we actually drafted. He has been rushed in way too soon to try and play some Major League Baseball. Injuries have really hurt us, and someone like Paxton is just constantly getting injured now. So yeah, it's just not going to quite work out for us. Markland, I have to point him out. He is looking every bit a Major League pitcher. There's a couple in the bullpen. Taylor and Wick have had solid years. Evan Elliott, for a first year up, is doing okay. Sorotka, obviously, is fairly solid, as is Pavetta. Little has started well, albeit as a bullpen pitcher, not a starting pitcher, and Balazovic has done okay as a starter as well. So there's a little bit there, but there's not enough. There's just not enough to make me think that there's any future in this. So these are the bats. Like I say, Vlad Jr. has been absolutely stunning. We do have the expanded roster, so there's a couple of guys that we've called in just under that, McCabe and Cassie, I guess you would pronounce it. They've had minimal time. I think McCabe was up a little bit earlier on this season. He's certainly not a shortstop either. But yeah, I mean, Friedman's been good, as you would expect him to be. Vlad has been, as I say, he's MVP this year in my books. Whether he gets it or not, time will tell. Denzel Clark, I don't understand why we're not playing him every game, because he has been quite good when he has played. He's been very good when he has played. So yeah, and then we've got Tyler O'Neill, who is just continued to just crap the bed, and I don't understand why he's still in the team at all when we've got these other options that can come in and play. But anyway, that all is what it is. Let's go and have a look at the lineups for this final game as we go to Tampa Bay. So the matchups look shockingly good, but the one down the bottom there, it's the pitching matchup that hurts us time and time again. Calabrese leads us off in center field. It is Lopez batting second at short. It is Freeman at first base batting third. Vlad Jr., presumptive MVP, bats 4. Julian, the DH, bats 5. O'Neill, for some reason, is batting 6. He's in left field. Naylor in right field, bats 7. Toro in at second base, bats 8. Bo at catcher, bats 9. And James, I think it's Taillon. Someone told me that it's not Taillon, it's so I'm assuming therefore it is Taillon. He has the start for us today, a 4-10 record, an ERA of 5.84, whip of 147, up against Taj Bradley. We had him somewhere. I think I signed him for a half a season at the Tigers, but he has a losing record as well. He also has an ERA over 5 and a whip of 141. So we can live in a little bit of hope that maybe this works out for us. But as we've seen time and time again, nothing seems to heat a pitcher up like facing our lineup. And bats tend to go to town on our pitchers. A couple of familiar names. Cody Bellinger, if you're watching the Cubs series. He is, of course, playing for us on that one. And Jr. is there as well. So, yeah, a couple of familiar names. Alright, so welcome to Tampa Bay. Let's get this show on the road. It's going to be Calabrese batting .223 this season. Apologies if you have, been enjoying it. I just do feel like there's no real future here. I toyed with the idea of changing the manager, see if that makes a difference. Putting myself in charge of lineups as Calabrese starts with a walk. But ultimately, it's the lack of players coming through, and it's just going to be double play. Lopez. It's things like that. Yeah, just in comes Freeman now. It's an 0-1 pitch. Freeman grounds it to the second baseman, and that'll do it for the first. And we'll go and have a pitch. Taillon to the mound. Now, he has got 1,000 career strikeouts, which, if anything, just shows you don't have to be that good to make it to Major League Baseball. How has he struck out 1,000 hitters? Unbelievable. As Bellinger sends him into center field for a leadoff single. In now will come Moncada. And that is into right field. And that'll be a second hit of the inning. Runners at the corners with no one out. It would be nice to finish this on a high, but you already get the feeling, don't you? It's not going to happen. Braden Taylor. Yeah, I do not necessarily think that our manager has been picking the best guys all the time. Not that Calabrese has done badly in center field, but Clark is a absolutely elite center fielder defensively. Has good power in his bat. And I just think if you play Calabrese instead of him in left field, you can either play Calabrese out there or Brown, who we've seen from time to time. He has, I think he's right up there. It's got through. Loaded bases, 1 out, and everybody moves around. 1-0 to the Rays. He's leading the league, I think, in stolen bases, so he's certainly right up there. I don't think he's leading the league anymore, but that is despite obviously not being a regular starter. So, you know, I don't understand why we don't play him out there instead of what's his face. O'Neill could be double play. We only need 1 though, and that'll end the inning. So it's not too bad in the end to only give up 1 from there. So I do wonder, yeah, if you picked a better team, or used better what we had in terms of pieces, if that would at all work for us. But ultimately, you know, these guys aren't going to be around for much longer. Yerzy is developing quite well. It's an infield hit, is it? Yes, it is. Oh, wait, we're batting now. It's an infield hit. Yes, it is. Julian gets himself on board. Here we go with Mr. Strikeout, Tyler O'Neill. There goes Julian, and he gets there. Nicely done. Only his 7th of the season. And we have a chance here to tie it up if it wasn't O'Neill at the plate. O'Neill hits it into center field. It's going over center field head, and Tyler O'Neill. We saw, didn't we, opening day. Was it opening day or last episode? One of these episodes this season, he hit a home run. I think it was opening day. And I think like literally for a month, he had 1 other hit other than that. So he's done well there. He's driven in a run. He's tied the game. Josh Naylor comes to the plate. He grounds it to the second baseman. He'll be out at first, but it will get the runner over to third. And it'll bring up Toro, who has got his 250th career RBI, with a chance to add another one to that. And he doesn't. He walks. But runners at the corners, 2 out now for Bo. Can my boy Bo send us a nice little positive way to remember him? He strikes out, and that will end the top of the second. But we've tied her up. We do seem to have a decent record against the Rays, don't we? In comes Williams. He strikes out. And that will be 1 away. Simmons now comes in. A 1-0. Simmons hits it into left field. It drops in front of Tyler O'Neill. And that will be... that'll be 1 away. Since it's a party atmosphere, we'll get the old rum and coke going here. And that is... You'll notice I've had a bit of a start on everybody with that one. It is Saturday after all. So that is 2 away now. And that should be caught out there as well by Calabrese, and that will end the second. So, it's actually Friday when I'm recording. So it's after 5 o'clock, it's after 6 o'clock. So I feel like I've earned that, having to sit through here and play ahead to get to this point. Half a season of watching this rubbish. Otto Lopez tries to lay down a bunt. At least he can do that. Lopez did actually hit a grand slam in one of the games. Obviously, I don't want to get drawn into going game by game for everything, but yeah, he did hit a grand slam in one of our few wins, or maybe it was one of the losses. Who knows with this team. In comes Vlad Jr. Now, here we go. He's got 198 career home runs. He's got his 600th career RBI, and he's grounded into a double play. Oh, he hasn't. It's just 1. So the go-ahead run is at third. It's runners at the corners. It's Julian who's 1 for 1 today. A 2-2 pitch. He watches strike 3. And the game will stay tied at 1. All right. Taylor for them to lead it off. He's 0 for 1 today. And that is out there into left field and caught. But let me know in the comments, anybody else tried to do something like this with... I mean, I did try it with Americans, and I think that is... We were talking about it on the Discord, which and there is a link to that in the description. to do this sort of like single nationality save, you could probably do it with Americans. I'd be interested to see if you could do it with somewhere like Dominican Republic, Cuba, maybe somewhere like that. You might be able to, but a lot of that would depend on your scouting discoveries. But I think the fact that you can't just use scouting discoveries to find Canadians, they're only in the draft, and well, that could be deep, that could be gone, that could be the lead, and it is Josh Naylor, his 20th of the season, and we go 2-1 up. Well, the Rays fans won't like that, will they? Excellent stuff there by Joshy Boy, and it'll bring in Toro now, who walked last time around. There was a suggestion in the comments, was it? I forget who it was, I apologise, about being able to use Australian players in this as well. You could potentially look to do something maybe with Commonwealth countries, but that doesn't really expand the pool too much, although you might get some scouting discoveries that way. Yeah, I thought about if you could do it with European players. There's another suggestion of using Mexicans in one of the Texas clubs, or you could maybe even get away, because San Diego is right down on the border as well, isn't it? So maybe something like that would be interesting. Yeah, I do like to... I mean, the thing is that I'm not actually good enough at the game to challenge myself too much, as we saw with the Tigers, where I failed to win a World Series. So I should maybe kind of just stick to the basic vanilla way of playing the game before I get too carried away. But yeah, be interesting if anybody has tried that. Let me know, or if you want to jump on the Discord and keep us up to date if you are going to try something like that. I might try something like this offline. I do tend to play out of the park baseball just like a sort of my own private save. The reason that I like it better than a lot of other games is because you can just kind of click and, because if you don't know, I'm daddy daycare during the day, so I'm not really sitting down for that long. So I can kind of load it up in the morning and then just sort of, if I get 5 minutes, just sort of sit there and click through a couple of games and see what happens. So yeah, it is something that I do tend to play most, to be honest, off camera, rather than some of the other games where you sort of need to sit there and concentrate a little bit more. So an infield hit there, no play for Vlad. It'll bring Bellinger back up. Bellinger was nowhere near that. A fourth strikeout there for Taillon. Mercado will come up now, runner at first, one away. There's another strikeout. He's ripping through them this inning. And Brandon Taylor will come back up, and he struck out the side. What is going on there in the fifth? The Rays can't be a very good team either, can they? Ron Marinaccio, who we had somewhere, I want to say the Tigers, he's going to face Vlad. Now, of course, Vlad does need to do something here because he is potentially up there for batting awards, but he runs the risk right now, if Aaron Judge hits a home run, of falling behind him in the home run count. He's certainly not doing his batting average any favours here as well. Julian strikes out. That is 2 away. Brings up Tyler O'Neill. He has 1 RBI, shockingly, today. And is that going to drop in? No, it is not. Well, it is, but straight into left field's glove. So that'll do it for the top of the 6th. We'll go again. It is Markland coming in. Now, I'm glad we get to see him because, as I say, he's got his 100th career strikeout. His only came up the end of last year, and I think he spent most of this season in the majors with us. His ERA is, what is it now? Where are we up here? 3.5. So he is one guy that has looked, if there's a success story, I suppose, to come out of the series, I'd say it is probably Markland. He's the one that wasn't really in the team when we started. I think he might have even been, and it's an error from Freeman at first base. Yeah, he was not anywhere sort of on the radar, and he has come out and come through for us, as Lopez will catch that and the innings and get away with the error. So that's something that's nice to get somebody out of all this pain that we put ourselves through here. Pitching change. Josh Naylor, I think it is, at the plate. Home run, of course, for him last time up, which is still the game leading run right now. Toro will step up. He is 0 for 1. Is he going to get a second walk of the game? Yes, he is. Big Bad Bo will come into bat. He is 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. Naylor just watches it, so that'll be 2 down. It'll bring up Calabrese. He is 0 for 1 today. A 2-2, and Calabrese strikes out, which means it is time to stretch. But in our last ever game, we have a 7th inning stretch lead. Okay, welcome back. Markland to continue to Carson Williams. And we start things off with a leadoff walk. He will now face Kyle Manzardo, who is pinch hitting. He has a batting average of 245 this year. Oh, we look for the pickoff. Oh, it's got away from Freeman. I say that, it flew over his head. So runner goes to second on the error. It loses the double play. One thing Markland does have is really good movement. So that we were a real chance of being able to pick up a double play with him on the mound as well. So runner goes to third with one away. Bellinger at the plate, who is 1 for 3, a full count. It's into left field. O'Neill has it. Does he have the arm to stop the run? Scoring! Yes, he does! Tyler O'Neill, a wonderful play in left field. And that gets us out of that small jam. All right, Fairbanks to the mound. He's going to face Otto Lopez, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. What does Otto have? Otto has a hit into left field that is caught for 1 away. All right, Freddie Freeman now, who is 0 for 2. It'll be his 500th at bat for the season. Can he do it in style? No, he cannot. So it brings up Vlad. It'll probably be his last at bat of the season. Can he add anything to his 40 home runs and 118 RBIs? It's a 1-2 pitch. No, he cannot. And that will end at the top of the 8th. Out will come Matty Brash. Let's see what he can do. If we were to continue the series, I'd have to seriously consider about bringing him back into the starting rotation. His control attribute is just completely tanked, 30, as you can see there. So, but I think we would have to try and use him a little bit more. He's got a second out there, so that is 2 for 2. Can he send things 1, 2, 3 here for us? It's a 2-2 pitch. 2 out, no one on. Bottom of the 8th. And he does end things in a strikeout. Which is actually his 300th strikeout for the Jays as well. So well done, Matty Brash. Julian will lead us off in the 9th. He is 1 for 3. It is a 2-2 pitch. Julian strikes out, 1 away. All right, Tyler O'Neill, who is 1 for 3. Wonderful play out there in left field. A 2-0 pitch. And he is sent it into deep left field, but in truth, actually not that deep, and he's caught 2 away. For Josh Naylor, he has a home run today. Is this the last at bat for our Canadian Jays? He has sliced it off into left field, and it drops in. So Josh Naylor has himself another hit. It's a 2-out single, and it's Toro, who is 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch. Toro grounds it to the second baseman, and that'll do it, hopefully anyway, for us at the plate. Can we close this out? It is Jordan Romano. We started the series with him blowing a win. Are we going to finish it in the same way? It's an 0-1 pitch. Forget who's at the plate. Didn't catch it. It's Schwarber. And that is down the first base line. It is fielded by... I hope he touched the base there. It didn't look like it. I think he has. He has. So Freeman gets the out. Gurrell Jr. A 2-2 pitch. Romano gets the strikeout. That is 2 away. They're down to their final out. Can we finish things on a high? A 57th, I think it will be, win of the season. It's into left field. Tyler O'Neill is there, and we've done it. We finish on a high. It's a 2-1 win in Tampa. And, well, there you go. If only we could do that about 70 times a season. So there we go. This is Brandon Markland, so you can have a look at him. As I said, he's a success story. When we came in, he was in AAA. I don't know if I promoted him up to AAA or not. Oh no, we traded him, so he was with Kansas City when we sort of took over here. But yeah, there we go. He's done well. He's done well. He's our success story. But wait there. Let's end off and find out if Vlad Jr. does indeed win MVP. In my books, as I said, he is. All right, so a couple of things here. Freddie Freeman was the Gold Glove at first base, so well done to him. The Silver Sluggers, unsurprisingly, down there at third base, it was Vlad Jr., but he did do it. MVP was Vlad Jr. He 100% deserves it. He was just the shining light in pile of crap, basically. And yeah, well done, Vlad Jr. So there we go. That will do it for the Canadian Jays, the Santa Jays. If you have enjoyed the series, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. It doesn't matter if you subscribe if you want to watch this because it's finished. There is the Chicago Cubs series. I've got a couple of other ideas that I'm toying around with for Out of the Park Baseball as well. So make sure you keep your eye out on the channel for that as well. Discord, Twitter, all the links for that sort of stuff are in the description. It has been fun. It's been a painful fun, but but I am a sucker for punishment, as you will know. So, yeah, thank you for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.